When I think about cardboard as a material, I think of the words like cheap, flexible, strong, but also very easy to break. I think my association with cardboard boxes, specifically the brown ones, are things that you can pack something into or when you move. It's not exactly something that you would want in your house for a long time, and that's something that I really wanted to challenge with this project. There's not one single person who's considered the inventor of cardboard, so it's a little bit difficult to really understand its roots. But we all know it also comes from recycled paper, which is very ubiquitous in our world. Then I started to research on what the capabilities of my material are, and I came across a really interesting concept called a papier-mâché clay. Papier-mâché clay is essentially where you blend cardboard or paper and you make it into a kind of soft material, adding it with water, and then adding glue or cement or different types of material depending on what you want to use. It turns into this kind of moldable clay that you can make something out of. And I thought that's pretty neat. It's not something I've ever came across in my life, as well as it being quite accessible because my project is only limited to a 1 week time frame. So I thought, what is something that is possible, what is something that I can do, and is something a little bit more out of the box, or with the box in this case. For this project, it's part of material knowledge or materialkunskap part of our design program. Our goal was to take the material that we were assigned to us, think about how it's used, the history, the association, the feelings that people get when they touch or feel the material, and then make an object that surprises you, or think of an innovative way to express this material in a way that maybe hasn't been seen before.
Jag tänkte på skräp och förpackningar, robust, fyrkantigt. Ja, såna här man gjorde på dagis, när man tog en kartong på insidan och sen så drog man garn runt. Och sen tryckte man upp den och så blev den pompom.
So considering all of the associations that I already had, and after talking to my classmates, I thought about how can I make a product that someone would actually want inside their home, that they can keep for a longer amount of time, in something that has a bit more of a luxurious feel instead of cheap. Honestly, when I thought about those things, I didn't have a ton of ideas, which I usually do, but one thing did stick to mind. I saw my cat sit on the cardboard that I bought, and I thought, cats are naturally gravitated towards cardboard boxes. Maybe that's something I can use. And I thought, why don't I create cat toys? It's something that someone might want to purchase, even though it's made in a cheap way. Maybe I can design it so that it's beautiful, that it's something that you can have sitting in your house, even as a decoration, and also as a toy for your cat. And that's where my process started. Luckily, the process of making this clay was very easy. I followed a video tutorial that I found online, and it was pretty freeing to come up with the clay because then I can really start shaping on what I wanted to visualize. For the visualization of my final product, I had certain different sizes of balls with different exterior and something that you can put in the middle to create a kind of noise when you shake it so that the cat likes to hear it, touch it, and roll it around. So what I ended up doing is purchasing bells, wrapping that around in the clay, and then wrapping that after it's dried about 48 to 72 hours with a different material. In this case, I used twine, I used soft rope, etc. As a pet owner, the number one thing that is always on top of mind is safety. So something that I really try to incorporate into this process is using non-toxic materials, things that are harder to break or to swallow if a cat were to get into it. I was not able to do the full research because, again, this is a limited time project, but those are things that I would definitely want to prioritize had I actually made this into a real sellable product. For now, I ended up using PVA glue, which is considered to be non-toxic to cats, specifically if they don't eat it, which my cat won't be able to because the balls will be covered with a different material. And then when choosing the exterior material as well, I try to pick ones that didn't have too much fluff so that they get out and my cat can eat. I also try to make sure to create the exterior in a way where it's difficult for the cat to claw into and kind of take out. And I also imagine a bowl where I can keep the balls in so that people can, again, leave it out as a decoration in their home. I think my cat was happy with the product, which I'm happy with, because that was the goal of this product, is to make something that my cat would actually want to play with, that is safe, that it's cheap to produce and beautiful to look at. It's a little bit more of that modern vibe, but because the cardboard bowl is a bit more rough, it's kind of a mixture between modern neutral versus a little bit more earthy tone.